Dead Space is widely considered a classic survival horror game, and since I didn't get the chance to play it when it first released in 2008, I simply had to go for the platinum of the Dead Space remake. There's 48 trophies in this game, but really there's 3 to keep in mind since they could require separate playthroughs. We have one for completing the game with only the starting weapon, another trophy here for completing New Game Plus, and finally, a trophy for completing the game on Impossible mode, the game's hardest difficulty, which happens to be permadeath mode as well. At first glance, this looks like it requires 3 different playthroughs, but I found out it's possible to do this with only 2 playthroughs. And since that meant an added challenge, that's what I did. So I started my journey into Dead Space on Impossible difficulty while restricting myself to only using the plasma cutter. We take control of our protagonist Isaac Clarke, who is part of a crew sent to this ship, the Ishimura, to investigate a distress signal. We find out very quickly why there was a distress signal in the first place. Are they coming in here? Yo, where's my gun? Bro, I don't have a gun. This is not fair. So of course, I ran as fast as I could until I found my first weapon, and the only weapon I'll be using for this entire run. Pretty soon after, my first encounter with the aliens did not go so well. Oh my god, another one. Oh, okay, well that was a good run. Time to start the game over. You know, this death really put into perspective how nice it would have been to have teammates right now that didn't get taken out in the previous run. On the next run, I really tried to focus on 2 things, using this ability here called Stasis, which slows things down, as well as trying to use melee to save ammo. But I also forgot that the enemy, or necromorphs that they're actually called, walk up behind you, which again led to my demise and yet another restart. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, god damn it! Same room. You know, they say 3rd time's a charm, which I think is pretty true because I use stasis on these guys pretty perfectly. And if you look at my health, which is right here on Isaac's back, I didn't even get hit. But of course, that only lasted a few seconds because of this situation just moments later. Oh, I don't have stasis. I don't have stasis. Oh! Move! Heal! Oh my goodness. You move so slow, I hate it. Yeah, I don't know how I got out of that honestly, but the game did reward me with my first trophy. Why did the other one die? Let's go, my first trophy. Dismember 50, I can't read, 50 limbs. You know what it says. All it takes is 1 trophy pop for me to get the ball rolling because I'm a certified gamer and all. After walking through the ship aiming down sights for a little bit around corners because I'm paranoid, I completed the chapter for another trophy. The focus of chapter 2 is to navigate the medical wing of the ship looking for the former captain. I say that because it can be tough to follow along with the story given the circumstances of the gameplay. Oh my god, you know what I mean. For example, this room here. Sure, things start out looking up and up because I earned a trophy rather quickly. Ooh, raises. He died immediately? But just a few moments later, the worst possible outcome happens. Please. Oh, no. All right, I stasis both of, bro, I'm dying. And as a reminder, with every death, I had to replay the game up to this point, and there's no way to skip cutscenes. No! I made it so far into chapter 2. But on a positive note, I was starting to get a better feel for the game, knowing where enemies were and being more efficient with my ammo. The following clip pretty much sums up the entire experience. That's right, I'm ready. I learned my lesson. I got the pole vault with me, whatever it's called. I'm ready. I'm not ready. Oh my god, there's 2 of them. Oh my god. Oh, I'm not ready. Oh, I didn't learn my lesson from before. Like I said earlier, they're always behind you. I didn't learn my lesson. We're good though. They're crawlers now. Oh, they're dead actually. We're good. So the rule of thumb is basically if I ever think I'm ready for what's about to come, then I'm probably about to die. We move on to clearing out this room to find the captain's body and steal his badge access. That's right. The entire goal right now was basically to steal his key fob, and that wraps up chapter 2. Now we need to talk about chapter 3. Before I show you why this was my most painful chapter, let's appreciate the zero gravity fun time this chapter starts us off with. Okay, so remember how Isaac just got to the Ishimura like 20 minutes ago in chapter 1? Well, that doesn't matter at all because we're tasked with solving all of the ship's problems, and this time it's out of fuel. Oh, and it's on a collision course with asteroids and an alien planet. No big deal. If we don't want the ship to go boom, we have to save the day. Oh my god, I hear it. Oh! He thought he snuck up on me. He really thought. So try to remember this section right here. We're riding a gondola to another portion of the ship and there's no way to speed it up. What could possibly go wrong? We're going to the other side here in order to get the ship refueling, one of our 2 tasks in this chapter. And in this isolated area is of course a ton of demon spawns looking to cut our life into pieces. Bro. After getting past them, we have the option to turn the lights off or the oxygen off, and this is necessary to get the fuel station running again. I chose to leave oxygen on and cut the lights. I actually rode the gondola back with no problems, which might get you beautiful gamers thinking that I hyped this gondola section up and got through it easily. Oh no, just you wait. I got the second refueling station live, and then basically my worst nightmare became reality. Bro, I am running past a bunch of these. Brother, like, where's the ammo? Yup, I'm not fighting back in this clip because I'm completely out of ammo. My tip of the day is make sure you have ammo on impossible mode. I still hear them too. Are you serious? I'd like to be able to say I didn't make the same mistake again a few hours later. Bro, what do I do? But I can't. Come on! Turns out it only takes dying twice a few hours into a run to learn my lesson. There's actually stores all over the ship where you can buy med packs and ammo, and I was definitely making use of them from here on out. So fast forward back to that same room again. This time I did have more ammo and things were looking bright until this happened. Bro, I'm almost out of ammo. Oh, and you forgot about the gondola ride, didn't you? No. On this next attempt, I turned the oxygen off instead of the lights. Why, you ask? Well, I don't know, because I was being stupid, and now we're about to lose a run before I even made it back to that room. Bro, I better not die here. Come on. Come on, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't do... I bet some of you saw this coming. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know what to say. So, 5th time's the charm is what I always say. I finally got past this godforsaken death trap of a room. I keep forgetting that this elevator is here. I keep forgetting this elevator is here, bro. I think I just did it. Oh my god. After activating this machine here, we're almost near the end of the chapter. Just a few more minutes. I walked into... No, that's the worst death. There's no way. There's actually no... Not making that mistake again. I'm gonna let it pass by, then run. That seems like a smart thing to do. There we go. So finally, my hardest earned trophy of the entire game popped. Chapter 3 complete. It's been a while since I got a trophy, so I feel like you guys will agree with me, that's well earned. Chapter 4 is all about continuing our work shift and getting the ship's asteroid defense system back online. But things can never go smoothly. Before we get to do anything, we're ambushed by a new enemy type called a brute. Oh, what is that? These guys kinda don't need an explanation. They're very large, very powerful, and want to do very unspeakable things to Isaac. So if you'll notice in this clip, I'm trying to run in circles to flank this dumb brute, and that's because he has weak spots on his side and back, which are the only way to hurt him. I'm only one shot away from game over, but surprisingly, this segment has a happy ending, despite it being very stressful. Oh, I got him. I got a trophy too, let's go. This chapter is actually pretty short. We walk around the ship fighting our way to flipping some switches on for the defense system before this really cool segment here. We get to fly out and calibrate the cannons that are now online. It's really simple. We get up close to them, then just shoot a couple asteroids to get them calibrated. We take in the nice view, and now this may seem dull, but remember, this is my first time ever playing Dead Space, so I never know what's about to happen, making it all that much cooler. And with that, we have completed chapter 4. Ooh. Did I just beat a chapter without dying? Hold on. Okay, this feels suddenly possible. Chapter 5 introduces us to a whole new horror. This enemy here is called the Hunter. Bro. Stasis. Come on. Oh, he's weak. I know I made a very bold claim just now, but it turns out this thing regenerates his body parts and does not die. Instead, he kind of chases us around the whole chapter around the ship. Our goal is to turn off some poison gas, which is definitely the easy part, because soon after we do that, we're right back to being confronted by the Hunter. And this time, we're stuck in a room with him with no escape at all. Psych, you thought I died? It turns out we just had to use stasis on him while he's inside of this chamber here, then freeze him up using some machine controls just around the corner. Alright, should be able to lock him in. There we go. I think that's it. We watch him get locked away forever and ever and get rewarded with our trophy. This chapter of the game has us improving the air quality around the ship. Dare I say it by now, I was pretty damn skilled at the game because this is my third chapter in a row without dying. To actually explain why that is, basically I was making different decisions on this run. You see, Dead Space has an upgrade system. It allows you to upgrade your suit, which awards you things like more health or more oxygen, or upgrade your weapons for things like more damage or a faster fire rate. Remember that I'm only using the first weapon, the plasma cutter, so basically I just focused on upgrading my only weapon as much as possible on this run. Much more than my suit actually, which proved to be extremely successful since I was able to plow through enemies now. I was even nearing the end of another chapter, but before that we actually had to fight another boss. This thing is called the Leviathan, and its tentacles shoot forward at you and are pretty difficult to dodge. At least they were for me anyway. I was absolutely confused at first and was really just trying to focus on surviving before I noticed how to attack it. I don't even know what to do. Oh, shoot that. So similar to the dumb brutes from earlier, I have to attack specific points on the Leviathan's tentacles to do damage. During the next phase, this behemoth passes gas and we're on timed oxygen. On top of that, he shoots out explosive spitballs at us while still shooting his tentacles. If you ask me, this is an uneven matchup, but still no problem for a certified gamer. Oh, I think I did it. Ooh. Thank goodness that was like slow paced. So things really were looking smooth for me, right? I truly feel the previous 3 chapters were the easiest of the game. My plan now is to keep upgrading my weapon first and my suit second. We're tasked with planting an SOS beacon on an asteroid, and we're actually planning to shoot this asteroid into space to try to communicate with any other ships so we can skedaddle. Got it. Okay, cool. Afterwards, we backtrack a bit to a previous area and start fighting another horde. By now, this was day 3 of my impossible run. And I'm gonna be honest, back on day 2, I had learned something from social media that I did not have to use yet, but I did decide I would use it should the need arise. Basically, you're able to quit out when you're about to die. The game allows you to reload your last save file, which means you saved your impossible run and can redo that section. I know the last 3 chapters were super easy, but just knowing this trick back in chapter 3 would have saved me like 9 hours. I'm not risking it, 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 I'm not risking it. It's a little cheesy, I know, but there's other permadeath games that allow you to quit out and save your file too, so basically that's how I looked at it here, and it was just more fun for me, and that's what matters at the end of the day. Bro. So it turns out the SOS beacon that we just sent into the void a few minutes ago worked pretty quickly because the ship did try making contact with us. I say try because our communication system was down on this ship, so we're tasked with fixing it, of course. During this chapter, I was really trying to focus on saving up ammo, leading to moments like this one here. Ooh, I got a strategy. I'm gonna shoot these guys, recharge my stasis, and then run. Hopefully they're still... I think they are. Run! Or I can't run. No more bright ideas from me, guys. So we kept pushing forward to try to fix our communications, and we came face to face with an old friend. That's right, the Leviathan is back. Instead, it just stuck to the outside of the ship, disrupting our communications. So we're off for round 2. Is this working? Oh, it is working. It still shoots its tentacles at us, but we get to use the ship's cannons to do big damage now. Keeping an eye on oxygen levels the entire fight, and shooting the spots until they explode. We have to fly over to the left and right to shoot down the other 2 spots. Once you get down to 1 remaining explosive spot, he actually shoots these mines out that you now have to avoid. It's not too bad avoiding them though. I got to the last cannon ready to finish off our foe once and for all until he destroyed the cannon. I was down to just a plasma cutter, which was my last resort. Oh, there we go. I was saying, like, it destroyed my cannon, but can I take it out? And I can. Get off my shit. We actually earned back-to-back trophies here, too, for completing the chapter. Nice. Chapter 8 complete. It turned out the ship we came in contact with earlier is now infested and crashed into our ship. Just our luck, right? I'm gonna speed up here with the story for the remaining chapters because 1, I found it to be the only remaining difficult chapter for a number of reasons we'll soon get into. And 2, the story kind of gets weird from here on out. Since there were no survivors left on this extra ship here, our goal now is to retrieve its power core so that we can use it to flee on another small ship. So we board this one, and I noticed pretty quickly that I was low on ammo. On top of that, there was a nuclear warhead on this ship, which you can imagine what the reason was for that. These guys were not our friends, clearly. So right now we had to disarm it for obvious reasons, but that did not go well. On take 2, I shot this enemy in his explosive arm, and this one's on me because I should have known not to shoot an explosive near a nuclear bomb. What ended up working was using stasis a couple times on it and then shooting it but avoiding the explosive. Just a few moments later, my ammo situation became a pretty real problem. I was stuck in a room with 2 new enemies who are much faster than regular old ones. I told you guys earlier that I was improving at this game, and I really do mean it. I was able to stay calm during this situation and actually made it out despite having no ammo left.
Bro, I don't have ammo.
However, I did decide to backtrack here for about 10 minutes backwards just to visit a store and stock up on resources. So we navigate a fire trap, find the power core we were looking for, and escape before this extra ship explodes. Fast forward, basically we learn that this red thing here is called the marker, and it causes people to go paranoid, becoming necromorphs. And apparently taking it back to the planet it came from is the solution to our problems. So that's what we do. But before we do that though, it turns out I was able to get the trophy for 150 collectibles just by exploring and playing the game without a guide. I didn't know it at first, but this made New Game Plus very simple. So in the final chapter, we land on this foreign planet and I noticed something in the sky right away.
You know what that looks like? Never mind that I said that.
Okay, moving on, our goal was to transport the red marker. If you thought the ship was infested, boy oh boy are you in for a surprise here. This entire chapter is basically just fighting off dozens of enemies while the marker moves on rails very, very slowly. Honestly, we're already past the last few difficult bits except for one final part coming up. After placing the marker back, we're headed back to our ship before being blindsided rather rudely, I might add, by what is called the Hive Mind. It all leads up to this. One final battle with the monster that controls all the enemies we've been fighting up to this point. And at the same time, one final battle before we earn our trophy for completing impossible mode with one gun. The tactic here is similar to before. We have to aim for these yellow humps on the Hive Mind while avoiding its attacks, which includes shooting these mines at us and spewing its bad breath. I was doing very good on ammo at this point, which shows real growth if you ask me, and it basically allowed me to spray and pray because clearly my aim was not on point here. However, I didn't have any med packs remaining, but I did get used to its attack pattern, so I was able to stay alive long enough to destroy the final lump. I didn't see this coming though.
Please, don't be dead.
Again, I had a very sound strategy. I utilized spraying and praying, baby. It's a very viable tactic, I promise.
How am I supposed to aim at that? Please.
Make that a trophy rush, please.
Untouchable. Let's go. Complete the game in impossible mode. One gun. Beat the game using only the plasma cutter. Set a benchmark. Okay, I think we got 4 trophies. Cool.
With the very hard part done, New Game Plus and cleanup was our only remaining focus. I prioritized using every other gun on this run and noticed that the first weapon you get is pretty much the best weapon. For examples, this gun here is called the Pulse Rifle and it's an automatic weapon. We earn trophies for defeating enemies with each gun, by the way. And here's the trophy for using the Flamethrower. And one more for using the Ripper, which shoots saw blades. Novelty weapon if you ask me. Moving on from the weapons, the biggest difference in New Game Plus, and the remake entirely actually, is the addition of a new secret ending. This can only be unlocked in New Game Plus and is triggered by obtaining a new collectible called Marker Fragments. They're pretty easy to spot throughout the game and there's only 12. Once you collect them all, you place them in this little ritual room here near the end of the game and just proceed normally. The remainder of the game is normal like I said, but the ending is altered. Before completing the game again, we have to fully upgrade all of our weapons and equipment for a few more trophies.
Maxed out right before the final boss.
Then fight the Hive Mind one last time, who's much easier actually, and I won't spoil the ending because it's new content, but cue the final trophy pops.
Trusted contractor. Let's go. Union, and there it is. Accordance officer. I don't want to spoil the secret ending for anybody that doesn't want to know what happens. This platinum had its challenges, but if you want to see a real challenge, click on the screen here for another platinum trophy video.